right, troops, welcome to the Action Elite. My name is Owen. So, hello, J-Man, Charlie, and Sean. How are you all?
I'm doing good.
Doing good.
So yeah, smaller squad tonight. Everyone has personal lives, but I'm hoping that a new, hopefully regular will be coming on tonight. Corey, who I used to do podcasts with way back in the day whenever I first started the Action Elite, I remember we did a podcast on Out for Justice about 10 years ago or something. This is actually the 15th year of the Action Elite.
Wow, that's awesome.
15 years, because do you remember we were on webs whenever I first started for like the
first
couple of years? Yeah, and the site was just much more simple then, but they still do. Yeah, I know, but you just sort of look at how far we've come. People we've got to meet and things like that, and things we've got to go to. Who never thought I'd get to meet Van Damme because of it, and go out for dinner with Tony Jaa and Donnie Yen and all this stuff. I mean, it's awesome. So it's really cool. So
we're all really happy for you.
Yeah. Aren't I great, Charlie?
You're awesome.
Don't you wish you were me?
Every day.
Happy 15th anniversary. Thank you, Real Popcorn Geek. I'm just going to come and say you're a number one fan. You're the king because you're always here supporting us. You always retweet things, and I appreciate that. It's always nice to have people support us. So, by the way, if anybody is in Canada or in the Toronto area watching this and you want free passes to advanced screening with Ballerina this Monday, send an email to the site. So I got some passes left over. I don't know, maybe Anna or Keanu might show up because it's an advanced screening. So I'm going to be there. It's on Monday night at 7:00 at Scotiabank. So I will be there. So I know Jay, you can go because it's a bit far for you.
It's too far and I can't sit. Thunderbolts, I really wanted to see Mission Impossible. I can't do 3 hours. Even Ballerina is like 2 hours. Thunderbolts was 2 hours and like a couple of minutes, and like I actually had to change chairs. I had to find it was pretty empty. It is Thunderbolts, but so I actually go. I try to go. Like I can leave early from work because I can kind of make my own time if I need to. So I can start early and leave early. So I start early and I left early so I can go at the 3 p.m. show and there's nobody there, right? Because mostly everyone goes for the 7. Yeah. So I go for 3 o'clock or 2:30 or the weird time. And then I had to switch seats like 3 times to find a good spot where I could kind of sit properly because of my back. So I was like, there's no way I can do Mission Impossible because that's going to be packed. I can't just get up and be like, I'll move over here. And I was getting up and stretching a little bit in between. So I can't do that for Mission Impossible. I'm not gonna be able to do that for Ballerina. I'm seeing Superman no matter what. So I don't give a shit. I'll power through it because it's
Take
Superman.
Some morphine beforehand. Yeah.
I will definitely, yeah. So that stuff, I'll buy tickets for all of us the way I always do. But these small, like Karate Kid, I'd love to go see Karate Kid.
I want to see that tomorrow. Yeah.
I don't know if I can sit.
Tomorrow, so
you should go do it. We need to have someone go see it to tell us because I'm
going to see it and I'm going to review it. It's apparently shite.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like Ralph Macchio shows up for like the last 30 minutes. He's not in the movie. I thought he was like the main guy. I'm like,
he's like in the first teaser. Like,
it's just one of those cash grab things. And they said it's it doesn't come close to like Cobra Kai or anything. It never has that kind of energy or anything to it. You're like, I always thought it was just an odd choice making this anyway, like particularly so soon after Cobra Kai and and nothing to do with Cobra Kai. I'm like, why are you doing this?
That's how it felt immediately. Like I thought it was like an internet like fake thing, like an AI thing. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, check out, there's gonna be a whole new create and it's gonna be Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio. I'm like, bullshit. And then I watch it and I'm like, this is still bullshit. I don't want to see this at all. Like nothing.
I thought it was fake too, Charlie. I literally thought it was fake. And I was embarrassed to say anything. I was like, is this fake? Or like I didn't want to ask because I can't tell anymore, man. Some of these
gotten good. Some of them I want to see. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like I'm not an AI person. However, if you go to YouTube and you see some of these AI trailers for like Silmarillion and some of these Pokemon, they look amazing. Like the visuals and everything. I'm like, where's this imagination in the movies? People are like, oh, but they're computers. And I was like, why are computers doing better stuff than what real people are doing? Right. So maybe work a bit harder.
Right. You need. Where's the Captain America? You do better or whatever. That stupid.
Do better. Yeah.
Do better.
What's you saying? Collision for it. Yeah, that does look great. So I've read some of it, and it's like violent as fuck. It's like chainsaws and explosions and stuff like that. It's everything a grown boy needs. So definitely looking forward to that. The Kickstarter's live now, by the way, if anyone wants to support it, so you can go ahead.
Kickstarter for Mark Miller's Psychic Sam is up now as well, and there's going to be a movie on that. So that's it doesn't have anything to do with the Millerverse or whatever, so it's not with Netflix and Kick-Ass. It's its own thing, but
right. But it's still Mark Miller, so
Mark Miller. Well, I'm sure it's going
to it. Yeah,
it'll be good quality, and it's is it John Romita Jr.? I don't know what it's one of the juniors. I don't know.
It might be Romita Jr. I don't
it's
know.
Romita Jr. I feel like. Anyways, there's all these juniors there now. I don't know. Well, one of the junior guys. He's a known guy. But there's going to be a movie. It's the guys who produced and made. It's the one that they made. Gentleman, and what was the other one? God, it was like pretty good movies. Like if you look at like who's behind it, it's like, oh, these are like decent films, so it might be good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm watching Mobland right now, which everyone's been talking about, Pierce Brosnan and Tom Hardy, and it's actually really good. It's violent as fuck, which is good. It's the way I like it. Thoroughly enjoying it. Like there's a prison rape storyline. I'm like, do we really need to have that in it? I'm like, no, it adds nothing to it. And I'm like, you could have completely removed this from it. I hate shit like that. But everyone's been sort of making fun of Pierce Brosnan's accent, and they're like, how come a guy who's Irish can't do an Irish accent? And I was like, well, actually his accent's pretty spot on. Like I used to work in Kerry in the Republic of Ireland many years ago. And that's the way they sort of have this kind of almost sing-songy sort of accent, which is impossible to do. But that's the way he does it. And everyone's like, he sounds like a Lucky Charms commercial. I'm like, no, that's just actually the way to speak. It's like, I mean, the accent's a little wonky here and there, but if anything, Helen Mirren's is worse. Sure, hers is terrible. But her character is like the Antichrist in that show. She's like just an absolute bitch. So I'm on episode 6. I think there's 10, but the last episode's coming next week, so watch that.
What is that on? Is that on Prime or?
It's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, Paramount Plus.
I am not getting Paramount. I'm not doing it. No.
I know. I was just thinking like, oh, that means I'd have to go to the library.
Hey man, I have my library card ready.
Get the library card.
What I do, Jay, is I can set up a user for you on mine, and you can just log into it.
I'm totally good with. I'm not installing more things. It's my wife can barely figure out the like. She's like, okay. She's like, what do I press again? And then like half the times, like while we're doing the stream, I get a text. Wait, what do I press? And I'm like, so if you ever see me like going, it's like, what's Jay doing? It's like he's probably texting her about like where. So it's like I'm not installing. I will go to the library and get it, no problems at all. And then I can share it with my fellow librarians.
Good stuff. Mission Impossible, I would say. I say it's the best action film of the year. Are there going to be better films? There are better films in terms of like pacing and story, whatever. But just for the sheer action standpoint, like that last scene of him on the plane, like hanging from the biplane, and everything, like that's the best action scene like I've ever seen. Like it's incredible. I've never seen anybody do that. And then the submarine scene is amazing as well. Like, those two scenes alone make it worth watching, but there's still like fight scenes and things throughout. But is it too long? Yes, but I don't know. I was never bored.
That's good.
Yeah, I thought it was much better than Dead Reckoning.
And I liked Dead Reckoning. I thought
I liked it more second time round, but
I
prefer that. You'll probably like Dead Reckoning more because it's you.
I like the Mission Impossible movie. I liked part 1. I liked them all except for part 3, which I don't like at all. But I genuinely
might make you like part 3 though, because
is the rabbit's foot's explained or
it basically bothers to explain what isn't explained in the third one. So yeah.
Well, then I'm just gonna watch this one and pretend I remember
exactly.
The thing is, my wife and I sat down and watched all of them again, like fully proper, and she didn't like part 3 the first time, and she super hated it the second, and she loves all of the other ones. Like she's like, they're all equal except for part, and I was like, well, what do you think is the best? She's like, can't do it. They're all equal to her. For me, it's not. I never watched the show, and I know it's not the show. So none of them really captured the show. And the first one pissed people off because John Voight and they messed around the characters and all that. I never had that. I never watched the show, so I wasn't like, I wasn't disappointed. I just thought, oh, this is a really cool movie. And they pretty much just got like better and better. Though we will do our ranking, and
we'll do that in a few weeks. Yeah, although
Yeah.
I have an idea for a live stream. I just want to. I don't even care if anybody watches it or not. That's something I just do these just because I like chat to you guys talking about movies or whatever. But one thing I want to chat about, it's not about a particular movie, and we'll do this because like next week we're going to be discussing 40 Williams of Remo Williams. Right.
Yep.
Then the week after is Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then I'm on vacation for a week, so we won't do anything then. But the week after that, I thought we would just do one discussing some of the best action movie scores of all time. Like, movies have, like, the best music and everything. So then you don't have to watch anything or do homework. You can just be like, oh, I love this, whatever. And it's a fun chat. We can maybe come up with like our top 5 action movie scores or whatever. So I've got plenty of time for that. Anyway, enough time wasting. So tonight, has anybody seen Richie? We are discussing Out for Justice. So maybe Seagal's best film, because we were asked to do this after doing Marked for Death a few weeks ago, which I love. Normally I'll watch a movie before this, but I've seen Out for Justice so many times, and I just watched it a few months ago, so I didn't need to watch it again. But it's like this and Marked for Death are probably my favorite Seagal movies. I sort of love him. I just love it. The fact his name is Gino Felino. I mean, like, his name rhymes. I mean, he's a cartoon character. He's wearing the beret for like no reason at all.
There's a reason.
Oh, there is.
There is, because it's awesome. That's the reason.
That's
right
all
there.
there is. Yeah,
that's all there is.
Yeah. I think William Forsythe is fantastic. I think he's absolutely terrifying as Richie, because he's just utterly insane. It's just like that scene where he goes up and just shoots the woman in the car. Every time you're like, holy shit, it's like something from a Scorsese movie or something. Feel to it. So yeah, David Michael Frank has to be the top of the list of good action movies. Yes, absolutely. Showed on Little Tokyo and the like. So yeah, that'll be a fun chat. But we talk about like our favorite composers too. This will be a good one.
We got 100%. That'll be awesome. Yes.
Right. Okay, cool. Right, we'll do that then. Out for Justice. Yeah, there ain't nobody upstairs. I mean, we say that all the time. Like, particularly me and Corey say that. I hope he does show up. He was that in a point. But what else about Out for Justice? It's kind of a sort of seedy kind of tale as well. It's really kind of sleazy, which is the best kind of way for action movies to be. You got some nudity, you got plenty of violence. Steven Seagal just bitch slapping everybody, and the anybody seen Richie scene is my favorite Seagal fight scene, because is this a setting for profanity? I mean, there's just so many great lines. He just beats the shit out of everybody. I'm disappointed in my 47 years on this earth. I've never been friends with anybody called Sticks. Hey, yo, Sticks, come here. I want a friend called Sticks. He's like a master of Sticks. It's so disappointing. So you guys need to like learn how to use Sticks and change your name to Sticks.
Okay. See what I can do over here.
Yeah, you just get to work in that now. So, but yeah, pacing is perfect. Plenty of action, well paced. So yeah, I love this one. I can't really think of too many negatives, really. I don't know. I get nothing. So I'm going to say less, and I'll move on. So, Sean, what do you think about For Justice?
As a teenager, I thought it was awesome, but also I think a lot of these movies was Seagal are kind of hilarious, because he's always moralizing as he's being a shit out guys.
Yeah.
And he's like giving people like life altering injuries, and he's like, you should do better and all that stuff. And he's like, oh, don't swear so much. Oh, what you doing? What are you doing? And he's like beating the crap out, and there's like blood coming out of their heads and everything.
That's the only way they learn, Sean.
Yeah.
Right.
At the time, I remember he was sort of that sort of thing outside the movies as well, like trying to espouse peace. And I remember I think he was opening a Planet Hollywood or something like that, and they had a breakaway set of a wall, and he busts through the wall like on stage, and then he goes like this, and I remember my dad laughed his ass off. He was like, "What was that?" And I'm like, "He's the big peace guy." He's like, "He just busted, we'll just walk around the wall, like what the," but yeah, that was the big stereotype of Seagal at the time, that he was the Buddhist ways, peace, but he beats the shit out of you, right? I think like as a kid, I thought this was like an awesome action thing, as you say, like seedy, like nudity, big showdown at the end and all that stuff. It's great, but watching it now, it feels like a gritty crime movie type of thing that's trying to tell a tale about, it's like it. And then they put in all the action stuff, but it's trying to tell a tale about like a close knit community that everyone knows each other, and they grew up with each other, and they're reminiscing about the good old days of the candy shop and all that stuff. But they this one thing happens and just kind of dissolves that community. Like everything goes to shit, and Seagal is pining away for his buddy that he grew up with, and he grew up with the family, and he has to arrest the father and all that stuff. And he's like, oh, how do I repay him? I throw him in jail and all that stuff. And I totally missed all that. As I was like, oh yeah, he's going out and he's beating up the shit of those guys. He's got the one mission, but like you watch it now and it's like, oh, it's this whole like, these guys grew up together and now they're at each other's throats and all that stuff. I don't know if this began life as a sort of gritty crime thing, and then they're like, okay, we got to put in the action trope. So Seagal walks into a room and guys attack him or whatever. And then at the end, he fights Richie, and they have this showdown, and there's no poignancy at all compared to what he was talking about, with his ex-wife and all that, about them all growing up and stuff. They have a showdown, he jokes about it at the end, he pins it on this other, hey, congratulations, and then he fights that guy who abandoned the puppy, So yeah, it's cool. It's a cool action thing. I just think it's interesting. I don't know what the script was before this. Maybe it always was a Seagal vehicle or something. But it feels like it's struggling to be two things at once. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that it's always sort of felt like a crime movie with action elements in it. Like I was saying, almost like a Scorsese neighborhood kind of movie or whatever. And you definitely get that vibe. I forgot to mention, I also love Richie's mother, and then she goes, Gino. Gino. Anytime I get Gino's pizza, I'm always like, what kind of pizza do we want? Gino. So yeah. Anyway, Charlie.
Watching this movie again today, I had the stark realization that this movie has the greatest title drop of any action movie I've ever seen. When he throws the pimp through the windshield and it freeze frames on the red shoes, then it flashes over to Steven Seagal and it says Steven Seagal, and then big red stripes come across and it says out for justice. I'm like, well, this is the greatest movie ever.
Yep,
and
I literally wrote that in my. I started. I said best intro. It's literally start on my notes. I was I wonder if someone's going to mention that.
I love it. I love
best.
it so much. Forever. I'm not going to include Under Siege in my Seagal movies. I like to think about the three title ones. And I think I'm right there with Owen. I love Marked for Death. That's always been like my favorite. Is Out for Justice better? Yeah, I actually think Out for Justice is the better movie. Marked for Death is my favorite of them because it's just balls to the wall insane. This one is a crime, gritty. It's all William Forsythe. He sells this as
steals the show.
He's an absolute psychopath. From the moment he guns Bobby down in the middle of the street, shoots that chick in the head, just goes on this spree, and you're just like, what? You don't know what he's doing next. You can't guess his motives as you're going through. And this is quite possibly the best acting from Steven Seagal I think we've ever gotten and ever will get. This is like it right here. And aside from his accent, which it's just funny. Oh yeah, it's Brooklyn. Hey, what? Hey, yeah, what's that? And the fights are uber violent. The butcher shop one, when he chops that butcher's hands with the cleaver, it's in your face, like you're seeing it happen the whole time. You're like, holy fuck, this is awesome. This movie I was just grinning. It's a perfectly timed movie. It's like an hour and a half, which is what these type of things should be. I'm never bored in this. Fucking Gina Gershon's in this Smoke Show. tons of nudity. You want nudity? This is the one. Hell, they're throwing Polaroids of nudes everywhere in this movie. So you're going to get it, regardless of where you're looking in this movie. This is just good. It's hard to say. This is just good Seagal. And I had fun with it. The fights are believable. The bar fight is what it's known for. We cracks that pool ball across people's faces and heads. You feel it. It was good sound design too. Like they got that Foley correct with them beating the shit out of them with it. Sticks, who I read was like trained with Bruce Lee, so he's basically fighting some guy that hung out with Bruce Lee. Of course, Steven Seagal's got to kick his ass. And Steven Seagal takes damage at the end of this movie. He actually gets shot. He's not the invincible, I can kick everyone's ass, you're never going to touch me.
You think it's getting shot? This isn't getting shot.
Yeah.
This
is nothing. This is nothing. He uses a frying pan on Richie's head, man. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I want to hear what J-Man's got, because I know he's got a good list. He took notes about this when he's been hyped.
I've been hyped for this one, yeah.
I had a ball, and I'm sure we'll talk about more as we go. So that's me right now.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. There was something I was going to say, but I've forgotten. So, J-Man, over to you.
Yeah. We'll unpack this more, because I think there's a lot to talk about.
More to say, yeah.
This is the best Seagal movie. So I was always on the fence, because really, I like Under Siege 2. I like Under Siege 1. And the first 7 Seagal movies I was looking up on Wikipedia, those are all super solid. They're worth owning on Blu-ray or whatever, 4K, whatever. They're all good. On Deadly Ground, slightly weaker in my opinion, but the rest, it's still good.
It's still a masterpiece.
It's still good. Yep. Those 7 movies are awesome. This one is for sure the best though. And you guys kind of already said it. Here's the thing. This is the epiphany I came to. I was watching For Justice. I love Mark for Death. I was like, yeah, Mark for Death is kind of awesome. But you know what? This one, with Seagal being a regular person with the community, he felt like a real person. And the more the movies went on, and the more they kept saying he's a former CIA, former whatever, you're like,
less relatable then. Yeah,
it's completely unrelatable. You're like, okay, yeah, you're this pumped up guy, whatever. The in between action parts are equal to the action parts. He's walking around and it's like, hey, how's it going, guys? How's it going? It's like talking to, like Sean said too, talking to, it's like, oh, this guy was a great man. Now I've arrested him. What is this? And you're like, shit, like this felt like a real place with real people in it that were all kind of buddies. I was remembering like my neighborhood. It was all Croatian people. And I was thinking, and it brought me right back. And I was like, wow, this is a great movie. I'm not saying it's a good for Seagal movie or it's a fun, silly action movie. It's actually pretty awesome.
Great movie. Yeah.
It's actually a great movie. I don't think Mark for Death is a great movie. I think Mark for Death is a fun Seagal movie, but it's not a great, I think this transcends the other ones. Like Under Siege and Under Siege 2 are wicked action movies where you're like, oh yeah, let's fucking watch Under Siege. That's gonna be badass.
Under Siege has a ton of other actors that are elevating that. That's why I take it out of the equation. Almost an ensemble movie.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. One of your scummers where he didn't have a cool name. Yeah, like
hey, Gino Felino is a fucking great name.
No, but like that, it's just a real place. Like Above the Law and Hard to Kill, Above the Law a little bit more so. Above the Law had that, and I think that captured Seagal like perfectly, kind of. But this movie is the evolution of that movie. It still has your gritty crime stuff, as you're saying, kind of like Above the Law, but the action's way better. So the action parts of Out for Justice are way better than Above the Law, but it still has that cool, I'm just a man walking around stuff. Him being a regular guy, and obviously he's not a regular guy because he's so good, but it feels cool that he feels like a regular guy, but he can still kind of kick ass. He's overpowered without seemingly being overpowered.
Invincible,
like, yeah, like I don't know, yeah, Ryback, like come on.
Mason
the best name of all time. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, like Mark for Death is like a cartoon, right? Like this is like a legit, like she's like this is like a legit good movie. Yeah. Like this is a really good movie. Like not just as a fun, and it's out for this Out for Justice, Above the Law, Kill, Mark for Death. Like the three. You can say Under Siege. You can say 3 syllables.
Yeah, I guess you could. Really.
You want to Under Siege? Like I don't know. They should have spelled it that way to keep the. to keep the three things. But yeah, like it's really good. I don't know, like I've seen it many times, and this time I watch it. It's different when we do these streams. Like when because I watch these movies and I just love them and think they're fun. And then when we do these streams, I feel like, well, let me take notes. It's just my university, like Sean probably too, like university brain comes on where like you're sitting in class and you're taking notes while you're watching a movie. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be enjoying the movie. But I've seen this so many times, and I like doing these streams, right? Yeah. I can be like, okay, I've seen this, so let me try to dissect this better. And yeah, I came across this thing that's like, yeah, the more Seagal is relatable, the better he is. The more he gets unrelatable, the worse he gets. But also in these later ones, he gets unrelatable and unrealistic for that character. So when you get to Under Siege and he's a former whatever, it's still kind of believable that he is that, right? He's not as relatable, but it's believable that he could have been that because he's a pretty fit guy and he's pretty pumped up. Once you get into overweight Seagal and he's still this, you're like, but he's not.
He's fighting a guy in a chair.
Yeah, like this. So that's when it becomes a joke. He wasn't a joke in this movie, and Siskel and Ebert both liked this movie as well. For the same things that you guys have all outlined, this sort of gritty crime. It's a crime movie, and then there's these action scenes thrown in. Damn, it's pretty damn good. This is, I think, for sure, clearly, like it is fun to watch anyways, but it is the best. It is his best acting. I agree with that. This is his best movie, I think, like easy. Now that we've watched them again for, like I would
understand. The story is great, and the story and characters are all good.
I like that there's like a random, like I like that it's like, look, Richie is a bad piece of garbage. That is the end of it. There's no backstory. What could the backstory is like? Okay, it's like he's got the girl, or whatever. Who cares? This guy's a scumbag, anyways. Like, is that supposed to mean that he killed that guy? It's like, buddy, it's like everyone here is scummy. The whole point of this is that everyone is kind of a scumbag to different levels. It's how much honor you have. That's why they kept saying it's like, yeah, we know these guys do bad things, but within the things that they're doing, there is a scale of honor. And if you break that, even the mob's going after him. Like, you know what? He effed up on this one. You don't do shit like that. You got a problem, you come to us and we figure it out. You don't go out on your own and do all this shit. So even they're after him. And that's why it makes it even more interesting, because you don't really know who's on whose side. And actually, and the reason Forsyth is so good is because you almost get pumped up for him, because he's enjoying being a bad guy so much that you're kind of like getting this like catharsis through him or something. It's like, I kind of enjoy it too. Like, yeah, I can, you fucking bitch, you're yelling at me in the car. Boom! How you like that shit? You're like, oh, and then you're thinking back to like, that guy cut me off like 2 months ago.
Shoot that motherfucker.
Shoot that guy. No, you're not going to do that. But you kind of get pumped up for the bad guy because he's just loves being the bad guy and he doesn't care, and there's no motivation and anything could happen. I literally didn't know if he was just going to shoot anybody right there. Like, it's like, hey, you pissed me off. Fuck it. Boom. You're like, whoa, shit,
that's the beauty of it, because he even does it. He comes up on that one guy that's lookout, and he's fucking with him. He goes, nah, my problem ain't with you. Yeah. You're just like, he's going to shoot you. Like, he shoots the guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
It's like,
what the heck? He didn't even do that guy didn't even do nothing.
He didn't call the cops. He gave you an awesome car with a scanner in it now. Even his guys who are only there for money, I love that they set that up. It's not that they're loyal to Richie. It's there's a fuck ton of drugs and money we get, and Richie knows he's dying at the end of this, regardless of what happens.
Yeah.
And that just unabashed, I don't give a fuck, is what makes it so like, what the fuck's he gonna do next?
Yeah,
like,
it's exciting.
Oh my God, what's good? If this movie had been done like we made the comparison to like Scorsese or something, they would have added a little bit that part of me kind of wish they did, and then the other part of me is like, it's a Seagal movie. Quit getting too deep. Is Seagal dealing with? I loved my partner. He was like a brother to me. I grew up with Richie. They're both pieces of shit at the end of this. The mob is, fucking with him, and he's got to come to realizations with the mob. Like, there would have been this big coming together, like, he would have dealt with. Instead, it ends with him walking the pier with his ex-wife, possibly still wife, with the dog he found, and we get the happy ending for an action movie. Any other crime drama, would have dug into that. He would have been like broke down or something because he realized everyone's shitty at the end.
Somebody just go up and shoot him in this car or something.
Yeah,
he picks a fight with the guy with the dog, and the guy with the dog pulls out a gun and shoots him and drives off.
Oh, that would have been a terrible. I mean, that is such a rewarding, no reason ending.
Yeah.
But like, it is very rewarding because as you know, I'm not a big animal guy, but I don't like bullshit. And throwing the dog out the thing is that's bullshit. You don't do that. No. So it's like there's right and wrong. So, and that's wrong. And I like that guy got beat up because and the dog peed on him. Good. It's like, screw that guy.
And they dropped the nugget of, please God, let me
let me get this guy again.
You forget about it until you see it. You're like, oh, God,
that camera goes like that
right. Oh, there's that license plate.
And then God is like, Gino, there he is.
No, but him walking around is him. This is one of those ones where him walking around. I think the Under Siege movies, because they're so focused on getting to the next action scene, that the story is just an excuse to get to the next action scene. Plus, the villains are more calculating, makes for a better action movie to say like, okay, this it's more formidable. Like, oh, this guy's thinking things through. He's got henchmen, so he's got a muscle guy. You know, it's like it's the smart, the smarter villains. This villain's not smart, but in him being kind of crazy, it also made it more realistic because this guy's just insane. He's snapped. He's on drugs. He's screwed up in the head. I love the mom. As Sean was saying, it's like, oh no, like or whatever. It's like I don't know if Owen, if you were saying that, but the mom's like, no, don't kill my son and all that. It's like, don't kill him. It's like he's going down. Like I don't care. Like, and I like that the mom is still willing. It's like he treats his brother like shit. He's probably treats her like shit. But it's my son.
Yeah, they play on a lot of emotions on this, which is unusual for
the importance of
90s,
family, really.
The 90s action movie. And that's really what it comes down to, is a movie about community, how you grow up. The talk he has with the mob guy about growing up, his uncle threw a guy in a trunk and we go watch a movie. I can think about nothing but the guy in the trunk. I wanted to be a wise guy, but I'm a cop now. Like that's a whole deep subject right there of being brought up around all that shit, but you still chose the path of the cops, the good guys as far as this movie's concerned. But they still have like the one guy where they were like, what we do about Gino? They're like, you don't touch Gino.
That was awesome.
Let Gino do what Gino's gonna do. And it was not get out of my way. It was, you better hope I don't find him first. Like we all are looking for the same person. And you better hope I find him or you find him, whichever way. And it's a simple thing, even with the cops. Let me do it my way. Give me a shotgun and an
awesome.
Yeah. And what does he end?
But
he ends the movie with the shotgun he started out with. It's not like he went and got an arsenal. He didn't get a plucky sidekick. This just works so well.
Back in a sec.
No problem.
Yeah, like I like that the chief or whoever's with him too. The trope of, oh, you're going off half cocked. I'm not gonna no. Okay, what do you need? You need a car. You need a gun.
It's so immediate too. It's like like that guy's like, here you go. And it's like good luck. It's like, okay, that's it. That's the mission. It's like
get
10
him.
minutes in.
It tells you he's determined and that they can't even talk him out of it. Like that's how ingrained he is in this, and the fact that it was another cop that died. So now the entire division are behind him. Also out there, and Seagal's even drops that little bit of going, I'm going to do it my way. I'll drop you some of the other guys that get in my way. You come pick them up. Don't come after Richie. That's mine. They do so much without just like blatantly, slapping you across the face. The chief's not in the office. I can't believe you caused $10 million worth of damage and you're just chasing around this ass. No, it's none of the cliche actions. This one just works really well. It's a well done story.
Yeah, it goes more for the gritty realism rather than the over-the-top silliness that his movies would become, basically. So
yes,
and just while we're here, it's time to bring out this beauty again. My autograph, laserdisc of it. To own all my life, Steven Seagal. He loves me, so
that's all that matters.
That's all that
I
matters.
didn't need anything else. My life was complete. My wedding day is going to be pretty fucking spectacular. To top that. Yeah, that was a Laserdisc going on my buddies. Michael sent me from California. I have like a bunch of I don't have a Laserdisc player, so I just framed them. And I thought whenever I heard Seagal was going to be in Toronto, I was like, oh, I'm going to take my Laserdisc of Out for Justice and get him to sign it. So he did. So that was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, what else? What was I was going to say? We mentioned the dog.
Is this not the movie that he was promoting when he did SNL? The infamous SNL.
Oh, that horrendous nightmare.
Is this not the one? This is.
I think it might be.
Movie, no?
It might be, and I've seen some. I don't understand. Well, I'm not a big SNL fan.
No, not
yeah, I don't get how that's still a thing.
Like, yeah. So okay. So let's face facts. I think SNL sucks. It's not funny. Anytime I've seen anything, it's been not funny.
It's just cringy.
Anything that's been good has been like Wayne's World or something where they've they've taken the concept from that SNL and then made a great movie out of it. And I think the Wayne's World movies are both 10 out of 10, by the way. But anyways, this movie's a 10 out of 10 if we're doing ratings or not. But whatever. So he came on there and he's like, oh, I didn't want to. He's like, I don't want to really make fun of myself or whatever. It's like, okay, so then they could play off that. They're supposed to be intelligent, comedic writers who have talent. They're supposed to be work with this. Okay, Steven Seagal wants to be the straight man. We'll do funny things around him while he's still being straight. Right. I see Sean. I can see Sean's like nodding. It's like, I know. What is this? Like, oh, he was so terrible to work with. He didn't want to make fun of himself. Okay, so here's what happens. You adjust yourself.
Peter Dinklage was the same thing. When he went on, he said that he didn't want any dwarf jokes, any acknowledgement that he's a dwarf, all that stuff.
Right. Okay, done.
And then he went with it, and I don't hear like, well, he's hard to work with and all that.
Yeah, he's hard to work with. He had a short temper.
He learned martial arts.
He's very short with me. Yeah. Anyway.
We have to shorten the episode.
No, we got space pants out of that, which is fucking hilarious. So
we're gonna
help. They are professionals. They should be able to work around them. If that was the issue, then I don't.
Yeah, and they're saying, oh, he was very stiff and stuff. It's like, right, okay.
So again, you've never seen a Seagal movie. Check.
Right. So one of Sean's favorite lines is, for further example, see everything.
See everything, yeah.
Like he had an image of being this like mysterious tough guy, and that was the thing. So by going against that would sort of change that. And like I'm reading about him right now, in that last Action Heroes book.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about him, and it was making Above the Law and whatever else, and how everyone was just sort of mystified by him, and that he was just like an enigmatic character, and it was like, do you think he was in the CIA? Is this true or is it not, or whatever else? But it doesn't matter if it's true, because it just made him more interesting as a product to sell or whatever. He really is the real deal, whatever. And he had the screen presence and everything else. It probably is all fake. I don't know.
Who knows? We all still love Bloodsport and found out it was all bullshit.
Yeah,
I don't understand this thing. It's a movie. That. First of all, it's fake anyways. It's like there's choreography, there's like music playing. It's not a documentary. It's not live. It's not like someone catching someone on their phone filming. Like, it's fake anyways. Like, what are you upset over? It's like, well, Steven Seagal really was in the CIA. Okay, so that means getting the corkscrew in the thing and the cleaver so that now that looks garbage. Like, I don't understand. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Oh, that's it. William Forsythe's performance is now trash because Steven Seagal wasn't in the CIA. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a little mythos of him because he was different from any of the other action stars that came before. He wasn't this like huge, big, like muscly guy or whatever. He was quite sort of tall and thin, but he had this swagger. Like the swagger he has whenever he walks in, anybody seen Richie? He just walks in and he's just gonna fuck up everybody in this bar and not break a sweat. And I love that. It knocks the guy's teeth out.
He takes
the gun and is like, oh, you know who did that gun? Okay, what are you gonna do now? It's like,
this is your trophy. Come get my badge.
Come get it.
Boxing fans in here.
That was funny too.
You're a tough guy. So
that's fun. You want to be that guy, right? You want to be. The thing is, you want to walk into a bar and feel confident about yourself, and you're like, oh man,
I've never done.
Yeah.
I'll just sit in the dark corner here.
I think I've been to like one bar my entire life, so I've been I don't go anywhere. And if there's anything that was going to go down, first person's getting kicked in the nuts, and then while they're holding their nuts, after I kick them, you punch them square in the nose, and then you run. That was Taekwondo. That was 2.5 years of Taekwondo, and I just gave it to you right there.
I was in about 7 or 8 fights whenever I was a teenager. I know.
Oh yeah.
People go through their entire lives never being that many fights, but I grew up in Scotland, so yeah.
Dude, I was like 6'2", 6'3" in high school. There wasn't that many fights I had to deal with.
Yeah, I didn't have fights either.
Yeah, when you're a giant already, I got reach on you. I don't care if you're stronger than me. I got reach. So
yeah, that's the thing. So the trick is just always seem crazier than the other guy. It always helps.
Yeah, so, don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Take out a razor blade and cut your face and be like, come on, let's go. And then that'll be the end of that fight.
A bit extreme, but okay, we'll put that in the notes.
There's a guy swagger.
Yeah, because like his little duck waddle.
Oh yeah, we're just like
my wife's manager at our job. We had different managers. He was in D&D, and in his car he had a full shield and a sword, and it was like a Conan sword, but not Conan's actual sword. It was like a barbarian sword. And he's like, this guy, he was in almost a car accident, and the guy came running out of yelling at him, right? Like the guy came out of his car, right? He went and he had his sword and shield in the back seat. He took it out. He's like, "Come on!" And the guy's like, "Holy shit!" It's like he's like, he goes, he probably thought I was like insane. Because I had like not a claymore or anything crazy, but
that's what you do.
I had a barbarian sword and a shield. It's like, come on! It's like, okay, forget it. This fight's over.
Look, someone breaks into your house. Don't put pants on. Take pants off. And defend your house.
Yeah, completely naked, with a knife, and just be like, you want to do this, or do you want to run like fuck?
I've been waiting for this moment my entire life, and just fucking go nuts.
Oh, it's good. You guys saw Bronx Tale, right? Have you seen the Bronx?
Yeah, I saw it in the cinema when it came out.
Yeah. But where the big bikers come in and they come into the mafia-owned place.
I squish them against the bar.
Yeah. They're being dicks, and the guy's like, please leave, and they won't leave and whatever.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden the guy comes and locks the door.
Yeah.
Now you can't leave. Oh shit! I was like, "Oh, here we go!" And they just beat the shit out of those guys. I was like, "This movie's a masterpiece."
That's a good movie. Nobody talks about that movie. It was really good.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, there's 2 90s movies that nobody talks about, which are fucking great: A Bronx Tale and Donnie Brasco. Donnie Brasco was fantastic.
I haven't seen that since that came out.
Yeah, it was. Really good. There's a director's cut of it too, which I must check out at some point. But I really liked it because it was like, Al Pacino was understated. He's not like, great ass!
No.
Or whatever. He just, a bit more understated before he became Shouty Al. But we still love Shouty Al. He's the best. That's how we saw him at Evening in Niagara Falls with Al Pacino.
That's crazy.
He was there because there's one with him and there's one with Stallone we went to. And this was just when I started actually, I think. So Al Pacino was down in Niagara Falls, so we went down to that, and he did like a performance at the end, and he did like a Shakespeare scene.
Oh my god!
In front of us, and he talked about like making heat and Scarface and all that stuff, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is awesome!"
That is
really
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, and then Stallone being up on stage, I still wanted to meet Stallone, but you would not fuck with him. See, just when he walks on stage, he's just like that. And I was like, I would not spill his pint. No. Yeah, I would not swagger into his house like Gino Felino and be like, Richie. Yeah. There's Jimmy.
Jimmy, what's going on?
Yeah. In the end, he kicks one of the henchmen into the wall, and I guess he dies. He just front kicks him into the wall and makes this funny face. That's right. Yeah.
He's just playing dead. He's like, I ain't getting kicked like that.
Yeah, I would never attack Seagal. Like, soon as he beats, this is the henchman logistics or whatever. It's like once the first guy is obliterated, it's like I'm like, because you start to think, it's like, well, I don't know if I'm better than him, than the guy who just got obliterated. It's like, I'm kind of equal to him, but maybe I'm a little bit better, but I don't think I'm better than that guy. So yeah, I'm good. Like, I have to be pretty confident.
Yeah. I'm definitely not as good as Styx, and he got his ass beat.
No.
I'm out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out of here. Like, yo, he just beat Styx up. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I mean, my knees hurt getting off the chair, so I'm like, yeah, I'm fucked. So he doesn't even need to get off the chair these days to beat people up. So, yeah.
Is that an ergonomic chair though? That's
It could be, yeah, that's the thing, yeah. Yeah, the music was kind of cool. So this was the score. It was kind of more sort of understated, but it was kind of cool in the 90s, and I think there was some electric guitar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they played Beastie Boys. Then they played some other.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
Like modern, like rock rap kind of song later on. That actually, because I mean, you know, it's Brooklyn, so it kind of worked to have it. But I was like, fuck, they even got Beastie Boys in this. This works. I'm digging it.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think it probably is his best film. Actually, it's probably the one I've watched the most. Actually, whenever I think about it, I was like, yeah, I've watched that and Marked for Death, but also Hard to Kill. I cannot stress how much I love Hard to Kill. We haven't done that. We'll talk about that at some point.
Sure.
Because that's a great one.
That's a fun one.
All right, let's see.
That's the SNL thing. I feel. Yeah.
After seeing after you the show, what a train wreck of an episode. Oh, there we are.
Yeah, that's what we just talked about that. I'm like an anti SNL. It's like I don't know. I don't get why you can't work with the actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to have anything coming out. I mean, the last few movies he did were pretty terrible. I mean, whenever I met him, there was a kid getting attrition signed, and he's like, "Yeah, this is a really good movie," and I was like, "This fucking Blue Dead Bears. This is the most boring, pretentious load of shite." I was like, "This movie sucks," and I was like, "No, Out for Justice is good, Stephen. Hard to Kill is good. This movie sucks." So just like most of the other movies in like the past 10, 15 years. So it's a shame he kind of just sort of fizzled out. And I guess he probably just retired now. He's probably
he got old. I mean, it comes down to it. Yeah, your body just can't do it. And if the body's not doing it and the soul's definitely not willing, I mean, I'm sure he likes cashing the paychecks, but when he can make the same amount of money for doing not anything in the newer movies, basically, I can sit in the chair and I'll make, $5 million for this movie. Just do the Bruce Willis thing and put your name on the cover of a DVD, pay that $1 million for you to show up for one day and then go about your business. Like that's where he needs to be now, not a television show, not hiding in Russia or wherever he is. But that doesn't bother me because I can always go back to his original movies. Yeah. It's like the people that are like, oh, it's going to ruin it. No, it's not. I can go put in Out for Justice, no matter how many shitty movies Seagal puts out, and I have my Seagal. It'll never ruin that character for me, no matter how bad he gets.
I actually have a notepad. I was looking. I did like the year of Seagal, and I went through like all of his movies, and I was going through the crap one. So I saw like The Keeper, Dangerous Man, Force of Execution, A Good Man, Absolution, Contract to Kill.
All right. Brent Foster was in Force of Execution. Brent Foster's the fucking man. He's awesome.
I actually said A Good Man. I thought that was pretty good. I thought Absolution was okay. I didn't do my rating system on it. I just put like awful, good. Like Dangerous Man, I put not great. Like someone
dubbed, like Belly of the Beast, I think it is. There's one of them where he's like dubbed. There's like one guy who dubs him, and the guy doing the voice, I think I mentioned this before, the guy speaking is like French, and it's like Sacre bleu, and you're like, wait, who the fuck's this? And I was like halfway through the movie, and I was like, wait, that's supposed to be Steven Seagal talking. I thought this was like somebody else. I was like, what the fuck's going on? It was like some French guy. It didn't even sound anything like him. It was like whenever you watch like Kickboxer remake and they dubbed Van Damme, we're not supposed to know you've dubbed Van Damme. Like, why would you do that? Yeah, I don't even remember half the people. Like Dangerous Man, I did a couple with Luke Goss, which was kind of cool. I used to speak with Luke Goss all the time. He was awesome.
I got a DVD once of like almost 10 Seagal movies for like $5, and I was like, I didn't know any of them. I don't even think I've even stuck them in yet.
Yeah, you probably
there are so many guys. Like my notepad is insane here. Like, God, there's so many. And then there's True Justice, which is like like a show,
Oh, yeah,
right?
TV show, which I haven't actually watched. I must watch that and review it at some point.
Well,
Was that the non-scripted one or the one?
no,
No.
oh my god, that's Lawman.
That's Lawman, yeah. You're fucking Steven Seagal, man. I always remember that.
I love that
Yeah.
show. It was great. I love when he was teaching that one guy how to shoot, and he was like, "It's like pushing the bullet. You push it." You know, like I love that.
It's like, no, it's not, Seagal. Please go
I know,
away.
but it was great to watch that. Yeah.
I saw this movie once. I could throw a bullet out the barrel of my gun. I've been practicing it ever since.
Did you guys watch when Jesse Enkamp, who's the karate guy, when he met Seagal and had a day with him? Have you watched that?
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
I don't think
I thought that was excellent. I've watched it many times. I like Jesse Enkamp anyways, but like he's like, I spent a day with Steven Seagal, and it's like him. I really like Seagal, and that I like sometimes I see stuff with Seagal and I think he's really cool. I don't know. There's something, maybe it's misunderstandings or I don't know. And he's a bit of a dick, I guess, too. Obviously, it has to be, but
yeah.
I mean, there's enough info and interviews of people talking about him. It's kind of hard to ignore. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I
there has to be a kernel of truth in
yeah.
some of it, but also some people are just like that. So
yeah. The thing was, like I said before, like he was perfectly nice when I met him. He barely spoke, but he smiled and he had a sort of serene look about him. And I remember saying to him that I was supposed to interview him that time. I told this story before, and the Wi-Fi wouldn't connect at work, and I missed the call. And I said the Wi-Fi didn't work, and I was so annoyed. I was annoyed for 3 months. And he laughed. He's like, "It's all good, man." Just the way he said it, and I was like, "Oh my god, Steven Seagal just acknowledged me. Thank you, thank you, Sensei, for acknowledging me."
Senpai noticed me.
Acknowledge me,
Jimmy. Just while you're there, because I know this is your favorite film, but I showed everybody this. Did I show you this before, Jimmy?
I'll put it full. Oh, let me put you full screen.
So there you go.
Oh,
this is
that's
the
good.
laser disc, and it says "To All My Love, Steven Seagal," which he autographed. So that's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Right, yeah. So anything else for Justice? The problem is we all love it, and there's not really much to take apart with it. We need to do a movie which like some of us like and some of us hate.
We did last week. We did Havoc.
Yeah, but nobody was passionate about it. That was the thing.
No, that's true. No
modern
passion.
movies, I don't get passionate about. I don't really care about anything now. I watch them, I'm like, yeah, this is good, but because I don't attach it to my childhood or anything, maybe there's that extra nostalgia or whatever. You have more feelings towards it, whatever. But movies I watch now, J-Man, I remember you said this last year, and it's stuck with me ever since. Ever since turning 40, any movies you watched before you were 40, you can remember everything of, and then ever since you turned 40, you forget about any movie I've watched. Like I watched something the other day. Yeah, what happened in that movie? I had no idea. But I can remember a movie I watched 20 years ago.
It's got to be a special one. Like I remember Turbo Kid. There's a few movies where I really loved where it's like,
Nobody.
Nobody. Oh man, Nobody too. That's good.
That's opening night for all of us.
Yeah, we can all go to that one. I should be healed up perfectly by then. But yeah, no, that's so like I can remember a few, right? Like Sisu, I'll remember that. There's a few that I'll remember, but mostly like before that, every movie, like no matter what if we're covering something older, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember all that. Like you're what like, and the only reason I'm rewatching them is to take notes. Otherwise, I don't really need to. We can do Remo Williams right now. Rumble in the Bronx.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to rewatch Rumble in the Bronx. I haven't seen it in a while, but
I watched it for a few years. Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind rewatching it, but like we could do Remo Williams. We could just continue into Remo Williams right now. Like it's like, so a lot of these I can do, but I like to go and because it's a stream, you want to, I can't just be, oh, I love it. I want to, we're trying to like, I want to dissect it. Or Ballerina. Owen, you're seeing that opening night.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm seeing it on Monday. So
so you're seeing the advance.
You're not downtown, are you, Sean?
Pardon? I am downtown, actually. Yeah.
Are you
Scotiabank?
Yeah, Scotiabank, 7:00 on Monday.
I can do it if you're good.
I got 20 passes, so yeah. So I can meet you there, yeah. Because I think maybe Keanu or Anna might show up. I just have a feeling because usually these advanced screenings somebody usually does. So that would be cool. Because one time Simon Pegg showed up whenever I was at screening of Fallout. And he did a Q&A for Guardians of the Galaxy. Dave Bautista showed up and he did a Q&A.
Nice.
So hopefully that's
awesome.
Cool. That'd be really cool. Yeah. All right, Sean, I'll put your name on the list. And so you just show up and there are people there and you just say, hi, Sean Chilcott, and they'll
All right.
Do that. So
I'll give it a try.
Awesome, yeah.
I'm a 3-minute walk away from there, so yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm working from home Monday, so I finish at 5. I'll just jump on the train, go down, and walk up there. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Then so good because I got rid of a few passes. I found out yesterday. By the way, if anybody entered the contest yesterday, I didn't get it. The contact form plugin on the site stopped working. I think yesterday, and I was like, I did a test this morning, and I was like, let me just see, because I hadn't got any entries to the contest. I was like, what? I would have thought people would want to see this as a John Wick movie. So, so I did a test, sent it in, nothing came back. So I was like, oh shit. So I installed a new plugin, and then all these entries came in today. I was like, oh, there we go, that's better. So,
so what's the read? So Popcorn Geek is saying that Ballerina's around 90 minutes. Well, what's the feel for this one? Are people pumped up? Like I feel like I'll watch it because it's John Wick, but if it wasn't, I wouldn't watch it. That's where my kind of mind is.
Yeah, it's John Wick was really why we're there, because it's in that universe. Yeah. I'm also there for Anna de Armas because she's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it does look good. The action looks good and everything else. I was seeing to the flamethrower and all that. And I'm actually seeing it twice next week, so I'm seeing it Monday, and then me, Ed, Steve, and Steve's mom are going to go see it in the VIP on Thursday night.
Oh my God!
Steve's mom is the best. Mrs. Ball, you're the best. She's the mommy elite. Because she watches all these action movies and Seagal movies and everything, and I was like, that's just the best.
Yeah, she's just like Owen,
Owen,
Chino.
Hey, when you guys, I wish there was more Seagal movies in the theater because we could all walk in and be like, anybody see Richie?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Do you know what we should do at some point? Is like maybe like I could like rent out a theater or something, and we do a movie screen, like do Cobra or something one night or whatever. And but the problem is, it would be like me, you, Sean, and Stephen probably be able to show up. So.
Yeah, like you got it. Yeah, it's tough to get people. There's a guy that used to do. Sean, was that you or Jay that went to the guy's house? That was you, right?
Oh, I went to that. Yeah.
There's a guy that lives like downtown who just had his own house, and he actually had like screenings, and he had like little mini, it's like me hosting it, like
in his living room he had like folding chairs, and he had a big like sheet, and he would project movies, and he would sell tickets, and he would put up posters downtown of like, and it was called like the Cinema Dome or something like that. And then you go to the Cinema Dome, and it's a house. It's like,
Sean went in and watched.
I went twice, but
I remember this story, and I went, "This sounds sketchy as fuck."
Yeah, because like his wife's cooking like dinner or whatever, and it's not for us. It's just like beefaroni or whatever the hell it was, and then he gives some sort of speech, and then he shows it, and it's like band cartoons was one, and then I can't remember what the other thing was. I remember one time we went, and it was Super Bowl, and it was me and two other guys, and he was like, I could tell you're curious, and it's like, and because today's Super Bowl and everyone's everyone's watching that. Like, I don't even know sports, man, just like whatever.
No.
So, and then he would just like give a speech about the movie and then show them, but like you walk in. And he's like, "Hey, guy," like he's all like jovial, and then his face goes whoosh, like super serious. He's like, "It's like $8.99 or whatever it is, right? Like $8.50 or whatever." Yeah,
$20.
I remember there's change attached to it. It's like, why is it $8.50, not just $9? Like,
what's $9?
Right?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Anyway. Yeah, he was always in the papers because the government's trying to shut him down, obviously, because it's not legit. But there's a safety issue there, but I don't know. He was just trying to show movies. It is sketchy.
The government will always try and shut people down for trying to survive in this miserable fucking world and trying to make an extra bit of cash or whatever else. I'm like, oh no, well actually you got to pay more taxes. I'm like, oh, fuck yourself. Like me with my website and all the taxes I have to pay. Anyway, but that's a conversation for another day. Lionsgate got in hot water last week with their embargo. I'd heard about that.
What is that about?
I don't know the details of Popcorn Geek. Let us know there in the chat. Because I'd heard that there was like some problem with the embargo, so nobody's told me about an embargo. So my review is going up Monday night, the end. So I don't know if there is an embargo or not.
Oh, whatever. About the ballerina, is that what it's in relation to? Like,
yeah.
I mean, what is there to say? Like, I think people are getting a little bit carried away with all this stuff. It's like, what is going to be spoiled? Like, I mean, I don't understand. She's gonna like destroy everybody. Maybe she dies at the end. Maybe she doesn't. That's it. Like, I don't understand. Right. Like,
no, she'll get out the end. She'll escape, and Keanu Reeves will go on into the fourth movie because this takes place between John Wick 3 and 4.
Right.
I think it's actually during John Wick 3, which is now even longer.
I like John Wick 3 though, but
so do I. Yeah, I mean, I like.
It's good. I like all 4. I do like all 4. They're all good.
Yeah,
they're long. Some of them they got a bit long, but
they're entertaining. So I'm more apologetic for them.
Yeah, the best thing about them. I mean, we'll do a stream about Ballerina at some point as well. I feel like it's one we'll have to talk about. We'll do that once I get back and everyone's sort of had time to see it, or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It is actually my most anticipated, probably for at least for. There's not what even is out after that. Like
well, Nobody 2. What's coming out this year? Nobody 2 for action
towards
movies.
The end of the year, right? Like
Nobody 2.
September.
Oh, you froze.
No.
He made it quite a while before he froze.
Yeah, it's an hour.
Straight up hour.
An hour and a bit. Star Wars. An hour and
son of a bitch.
Oh, he's back. You're back. Owen, you're back. He doesn't know he's back. You are back. Lagging.
Am I back? It's fucking.
Yes, you're back.
I think you're back.
Keeps cutting out for some reason. No.
So you were saying you were about to say nobody is.
I heard Nobody 2, and that was it.
Yeah. Okay, so lagging. Nobody 2. What were you going to say about it?
He's lagging.
There seems to be a serious delay. I'm going to leave and I'll come back in. Hold on.
Right.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, so Nobody 2 is coming out. Yeah. What other ones? I mean, for us, for the comic guys, we're going to be saying FF and Superman and all that.
I was going to say FF, Superman.
I mean, I being in the position where I can't go to the theater has saved on money, that's for sure. Because I do everything in IMAX and buy large popcorn and all that stuff. Now I've taken to just bringing in my own drink and just buying a large popcorn. Because like a large popcorn with layered butter, which is what I get, is $14.
Yep. It's ridiculous. Like, I want to support my theaters.
Me
I
too,
get it. That's where they make their money. But it's gotten ridiculous. Yeah. Like, it should not cost one person to watch a movie $30. Like, it shouldn't even get close to that. Yeah. And not do like the cheap middle of the week, bargain thing to do it. No, I want to go. I don't go on Friday nights or maybe a Saturday night I want to go, or even a Sunday, but they're pricing themselves out flat out.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and you're back.
Am I back now? Right.
Yes.
Oh, you're back now.
Stop talking shit about me. I'm back now.
Right. So Nobody 2, you were going to say something.
Yeah, that's the next one I'll be looking forward to seeing. There's like Ballerina, Nobody 2. What else?
Yeah, I'm looking. I just Googled action movies 2025 and nothing is jumping out. Like,
I mean, there'll be a few things. Like, I know William Kaufman's got a new movie, a guy called Osiris. I think that sounds cool. Avatar 3. Yeah, I mean,
I haven't even watched part 2 yet. I don't want to.
If you don't see them in the theater, they're just an experience. It's like going
exactly. Yeah.
It's just like going on a ride at Disneyland or something, right? Like,
I mean, that's the thing. It's like I know everybody says this, and it's so true though. Is that it hasn't affected the culture in any way? Does anybody ever say, "Oh yeah, let's talk about Jake Sully," or Jake Sully? That's his name.
I don't know what you're talking about right now. I'm assuming it's Avatar.
That's the main character in Avatar, anyway, right? But you don't give a fuck about any of the characters, and it's a big bunch of large alien Smurfs. and that's basically.
But how does it win all the time? How does it make $2 billion?
People just like going to see. Well, I mean, it's all this Disney shit makes money. Like Lilo and Stitch, the live action version, just like beat Mission Impossible to that. And I was like, why? You've already seen it like a few years ago when it was animated.
Right. No, I don't get it.
But kids' movies like make lots of money for whatever reason.
The family goes and the kids want to see it 10 times. No, but look, Avatar in 3D in IMAX is effing crazy.
Stunning, yeah.
So like, it's a ride. It's the same thing. It's like, why would you go on that Millennium Falcon ride? Because I want to be in the Millennium Falcon flying around. That's cool. It's like, okay, well, there you go. It's just a ride. It's a 3D ride, and that's it. There's no story. I mean, the storyline is super basic or non-existent, and it just takes forever. Like what I was saying to James Cameron is, why don't you make them 90 minutes? And then people will go more often because you'll go for the experience of, wow, that was really cool. And it's like, let me go again. You know, like I would have gone a couple of times, like except for Tron Legacy, Avatar 1 and 2 were the best 3D.
That and Tron Legacy. Yeah, the three of them were the only three 3D movies that have been worthwhile, really. There's not a whole hell of a lot else that I can think was particularly great 3D wise.
One of the Resident Evils was, though, I think it was like part 4 or something, because Paul Anderson used the same cameras. He rented the Avatar cameras. So whichever Resident Evil came out, I think it's part 4 or 5 or whatever.
It was 4.
4. That one, the 3D is effing crazy because he did it that same thing. But again, but that's not a ride. Like little kids aren't going to go to that movie. That's a one time in the theater, and it won't be an IMAX because something bigger will be an IMAX.
Well, I'm going to stand on my podium again, but you just brought up something that we were just talking about. So we're talking about movie theaters have been priced out because they can't fucking afford to go. If you start making 90 fucking minute long movies, you could play more fucking movies and make more money in the same amount of time. And not charge me $20 for popcorn.
Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Oh, God, man.
Yeah.
That used to be the strategy. I don't know what happened to
That's
that.
what it was.
I think overbearing directors got in the way. It's like, my vision has to be 2.5 hours. Like, well, my vision's 90 minutes so I can make money. For you, for me, for everyone.
Some of us have to pee.
Yeah. Well, but Lord of the Rings, this is not that long ago because Lord of the Rings is edited for theaters, and even that it was still too long. But I watch the extended ones at home because I'm at home, so I can watch extended ones. And we usually watch it in 2. We treat them as 12 movies. My wife and I. They're actually 12 movies. We watch.
Sure.
We watch Hobbit on 90 minutes.
The next disc,
and then that's like our movie for that day, and then the next day we'll watch that. So we actually turned it into 12 movies, and then that way we could, because I don't want to stop in, like, you don't want to stop in the middle every time, but like where there's the stop where it would stop to switch over the disc or whatever. Natural stop, we'll stop there. That's the movie.
Well, it was fine when there was only a few movies that came out that were 3 hours long.
Right.
Your Titanics, your King Kong when Peter Jackson did it. But you still had 90 to 100 minute long movies coming out around it. So it balanced. If you wanted to sit for 3 hours, you could. But if you wanted to just in and out kind of movie, they were there. Plenty to pick from. Now it's like, please God, give me something that's 100 minutes. I'm also begging sometimes for just a flat 2 hours. Like if you can't tell me a story in 2 hours, what was it?
Like Jurassic Parks, the Jurassic Park movies are now longer. Okay, the first one had all the science to get through. Certainly after part 2, they can be 90 minutes. Like part 3 was 90 minutes. I was like, wow. I walked out of Jurassic Park 2. I was like, wow, that was awesome. This is the best Jurassic Park movie. Yeah. It's like, because it was short and it was just get to the dinosaurs.
No
the first one's the best, but like
action, no bullshit, action. And
the first one's the first one. You need half an hour to explain the science of it. Okay, I'll give you that one. After that, what are you talking about?
It was almost 2 hours for Fight or Flight, I think it was, with Josh Hartnett, and I was just like, why is this 2 hours? This whole model of a movie is 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's 90 minutes. Yeah,
you forced it to be 2 hours.
Just while we're here, this is the original script to Peter Jackson's King Kong from 1996.
Oh yeah,
which and it's quite a different movie. It was also shorter because like his one was 3 fucking hours long.
It's too long.
Yeah, you're like, come on.
Is that not his blank check movie? Like every director gets like they have a success, and then the studio goes, do whatever you want. And
that's
so
what he wanted.
that was his blanket. It's like, I will make the biggest holy shit King Kong. Everything is in this. He's even throwing barrels like he's Donkey Kong. Everything is in this thing.
And he kind of fell into it. He wasn't the original pick to do the King Kong. The guy that did Deep Rising was on the hook to do
Steven
Summers, because the end of Deep Rising ends up on Skull Island. Whenever they land on the island, it's like, oh, now what? That was supposed to be the kickoff to his own little mini MonsterVerse. Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. That'd be awesome.
Deep Rising's awesome.
I always liked Steven Summers, but I think he hasn't really done it. I think since like Van Helsing, because he did the Mummy trilogy, Van Helsing, and like I love all those movies. Like I love Van Helsing because, like I always say, it's basically Castlevania the movie.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. Yeah,
it is totally
pure
fun,
cheese.
Man.
But
it's cheese. Yeah,
but I would have loved a sequel. Cause it's basically kind of like James Bond kind of character. You got David Wenham playing Q, basically with like the gadgets and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the script and effects, maybe could have used a bit more work, but I don't know. I love the atmosphere and the visuals of it, though.
The
like
brides
and all
are wicked.
Brides were awesome. Yeah.
Dude,
so
like flying around. Well, the Mummy Part 1, I saw that like 3 times in the theater. I was like, this is Indiana Jones. Like I was like, this is. Yeah, I was like, this is like a masterpiece. Like, here we go. This is Indiana. I thought this is just Indiana Jones. It felt like a serial.
Yeah.
Yes.
The second and third ones.
The second one has its moments. Has a great score. Like all three have great music. Like I love the music.
That's
from
true.
Jerry Goldsmith, of course, did the first one. Alan Silvestri did part 2. But I mean, Jerry Goldsmith's score to the original Mummy was amazing. So,
but 3 didn't need to happen. 3.
No. That was just weird because then you got the older kid. You got that, I can't remember the actress's name, replacing Rachel Weisz, and I was like, I'm sorry, it's Rachel Weisz. She was Evie. Like she was that character, and like you can't just replace her and think we're not going to notice.
And they made fun of it.
Yeah,
in the movie that they like, she's like, "Oh, I was a different woman then," or something.
Yeah, they make like 2 or 3 jokes about it. And it's just like, no, don't remind me. Don't make fun of it and remind me it's the wrong person. I don't like
Rachel Weisz was the best in part. She's so funny. She's
Maria, what was her name? Thank you, Popcorn Geek.
Maria Bello's good too. I like Maria Bello, but not replacing the character. No.
That's a shame because you've got Michelle Yeoh and Jet Li in the movie.
I know.
Like, how did you do it? But then that's what we'll do. We'll talk about the Mummy movies at some point. Just
that'll be a good one.
Yeah, that'll be fun. But we made it to over an hour. So anybody have anything cool coming up for any of your streams?
For J-Man, you're gonna love this, brother. We do this thing called Month of Chaos, and we spin a wheel, and no one knows what the other picks are.
Oh, awesome.
And I got a horror pick. I got to fucking talk about Terrifier. So we're doing the first Terrifier, which I had already seen. J-Man knows.
Okay, so you've seen it, so you're good.
Yeah, I've seen 1 and 2, but it was always the joke. I will never talk about this movie on my show. She put it on the wheel just because I said I would never talk about it on the show.
Right.
That was fucking set myself up. So yeah, this coming Monday, fucking Terrifier. Yeah. I'm so excited.
You just can't hide it.
Not gonna hide it.
I don't know what's going on. So we're going to Niagara Falls. Friday, I'm going to. Every Monday is Avengers. Every Friday is Star Wars. Has now started officially. That'll run on my channel for a long time. Star Wars on Fridays, and Mondays is Avengers, and then Sundays we usually do a stream. May or may not do it depending on how the con goes. Also, my family's coming over, so I may or may not do something. If I do, it'll be just a He-Man art book or something, and we'll just quickly pop on and do it easy. That's it.
Last time, and it was 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know. I know, and I've been thin now. Like Thursday is my only day off. Like I do streams every day now, either guest on this stream or now I'm a guest on ETEP's Pete's stream. So it's like I'm guesting on something or doing something. So it's just I don't know. Subscribe to my thing and you'll get notifications. That's it.
Also, you really should subscribe to us because how many channels celebrate violence and nudity the way we do in movies? Most people are like, this film is too violent. There's too much nudity in this movie. There's no such thing as too much violence or too much nudity. Okay, that's what makes movies good.
Yeah,
exactly.
So there you go.
I'm gonna put all the links up again.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, we're going to be at Niagara Falls this weekend. So I'm going to be meeting Michael Ironside. See you at the party, Richter. So I'm going to see him on Saturday. I'm going to try and get an autograph and a chat with him, maybe a photo. So that should be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. A few other people there. Freddy Krueger is going to be there. Robert Englund, but yeah, but he's asking quite a lot of money, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Do I pay that or do I eat for a week? So.
Yeah.
In this economy, do you really want to waste that kind of money just for a photo with someone?
I don't think I can do it. Because, like, remember this for me, like the horror one, I usually go to meet the celebrities. That's the best. The horror convention on Sunday is beautiful. Owen has gone now once or twice with me.
Just once, I've been, but just it was awesome. Yeah.
So we'll do it this year. And it's bloody awesome. You meet everybody. That there's nobody's pushing you to get out or whatever. This one is still a Comic-Con, so I will check some of the comic stuff. I'm trying to complete the Iron Man run, Volume 1. I'm trying to complete my Superboys. So I'm actually still also trying to buy comics. So that's why I don't want to go crazy with the celebs. I might meet one or two people. That's it. Charlie, are you on Twitter?
I left about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, X. Honestly, I was getting followed by bots everywhere. I was resharing Owens and J-Man stuff. No traction. And I just got tired of it. So
I never even see your stuff on Twitter.
So I never see it either. I don't see your stuff, Owen. I never see you on Twitter, Owen.
I don't respond to people. So if anyone ever revives me, I generally don't see it because I hate it as an app. But we have like 5,000 or 6,000 followers on there. So
yeah,
I don't want to.
I think your thing is set up where you auto share any of your new posts and it goes onto Twitter, and I'll repost those or J-Man streams when they would pop up.
Appreciate that.
Honestly, it was zero traction and was just one other app. I was like, fuck this. So Instagram, Facebook, and we do have a TikTok, but it's mostly just for me to watch TikTok videos. So that's pretty much what I have.
Yeah. So here you go. So before we went live, an hour and whatever, so maybe 15 minutes before we went live, I put on Twitter, hey guys, going live on my buddy's channel, blah, blah, blah. I got one person liked my post. That's it. One person. So
I mean, I never go on to because it's all politics everywhere, and I'm like, I don't fucking care about politics. I'm not interested.
I don't care at all. It's like
I just want to talk about action movies.
Yep.
So, and no matter what I follow, I don't get it. Facebook's brutal too, and Instagram. Instagram is like the absolute worst for me. Everything, like, you know how I figure out how to not see stuff is to follow it.
Yeah,
I'm on a Wonder.
That's true.
No, I'm on a Wonder Woman Facebook group, and Wonder Woman's top 3 character, and I post a lot on there. And because I'm on there, everything comes up. What's her Gal Gadot? It's like Gal Gadot fans. I'm like, okay, I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I love it, but I'm not. I don't care about like to be on her thing. Mine is Gasp. I'll put it up on the thing. I'll put it up. Anyways, it's like, but I'm not gonna do anything real popular. Message me, follow me, but you're just gonna see whatever I. And I get this. So I was like, okay, I'm going to join the Gal Gadot group, join the group. And then I never see posts from, I was like, perfect. Yeah. But now I'm seeing posts from something else. And it's like, it just doesn't end.
All it wants is you to click and follow. Instagram, I have got my algorithm right where I want it. And I just ignore anything political or any other bullshit. And I'm happy with it. Facebook, I kind of just get on there for the groups and for the Action Elite stuff and maybe some family things. But I go and I am that person that when it pops up ads, I'll hit that fucking X. And then, here's what I'll fucking X it. I will fight Facebook.
There's so much on Facebook now. It's like sponsor post. Where's the people that I know? That's what I care about. Like, the dead internet theory is a true thing where it's just mostly bots now.
And that's it, man. I mean, there's enough women in your area popping up as bots following you that you're just like, who fucking falls for this shit? Then you click on it and see like 27 old fat fucks that are in their 40s and 50s. And I'm like, oh, that's why. And you're just like, fucking delete. Block, delete. Fuck this.
Yeah. No, it sucks. I mean, I generally hate social media. Like people message me and send me things all the time. And I'm like, I'm not there. I rarely look at messages because I don't care. I'm usually at work, and when I'm at work, I'm busy. I've got my head down, getting on doing what I'm being paid to do. And then, you know, at weekends is whenever I write the stuff for the site. So people, I think that I'm working on this site all the time. And I'm like, no, I work on it in my spare time. It's like still a hobby. I still have a full-time job. So so if I don't respond to a message from anybody, don't take offense. I'm not ignoring you unless I'm ignoring you.
We're in a group chat with him. It happens to us all the time. So
okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's totally fine.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, this seems to be breaking up again. This stupid piece of shit thing. I don't know what it is. It must be this laptop. Never buy Lenovo. Hey, Lenovo, you suck. You fucking hate this laptop.
Yep. Piece of shit.
POS. A POS laptop.
Yep.
Get your POS laptop right now.
The thing is that I only got this like 2 years ago. This should be a better laptop than it is, and it's never been good.
That 2 years is the thing now. I paid $600 for that mini PC 2 years, and it's like dying. It would crash on streams. So I was like, okay, now I got my company gives me like an allotment every year that I can spend on things. So I just use it for this computer. So now I bought this computer, which was like $1,000. So it better last more than 5 minutes.
Well, I bought one that it's been great. I have no problems with my laptop, but it's about to be outdated and won't go to Windows 11. So they're making it, obsolete. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. It works fine.
Yeah.
But
that's just the way things like
it can't update now. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
It's when shit like this happens. This is going to be obsolete. This is going to be obsolete. I say we all just quit our jobs, go live in the forest, and never come back. That just works for me. I'm in disappearing.
I'm ready for the apocalypse, man. Bring on Mad Max. I can make anything run on gas. I am the mechanic. Someone else can be the fucking leader.
By the way, when shit hits the fan, whenever we go to war with America,
I'm in the mountains. I'm already in a rural area. We got the high ground. There's rivers. We're good. And
I'm at the high ground.
Yeah, go tell Anakin.
I got fuck tons of vehicles and other things that are helpful during an apocalypse. So we're good here.
I remember like whenever COVID was going on, and like we were just everyone was just like, oh, the world's going to end, whatever. And I was like, oh god, I fucking hope so. I don't have to go back to work. And like I was ready, and then no, we have to go back to the office, and I'm like, but I put flamethrowers on my car, and I'm wearing leather outfits and a mask. I really don't want to go back to the office. I was ready to battle for oil, right? Let's just do this.
I've got my leather outfit on. It's too late.
Yeah,
there's no going back.
I still wear pajamas to meetings and stuff like that. It's like no one can see. Like I'll have the collar shirt and everything. And it's like pajamas.
I was really hoping Sean was going to say I'm still in the office, but I wear my pajamas.
Oh yeah,
I was I just wear this. I wear the same thing, or I just don't turn my camera on. Like,
if the days I'm in the office, I wear a shirt, but the day I'm working from home, I just wear a t-shirt, and you're lucky if I wear pants. I don't care. So, anyway, that sounds like a good classy moment to wrap things up.
We'll end on no pants.
Yeah, so at least we talked about Out for Justice for like 15 minutes anyway. That was fine. It's awesome. It's just Seagal's best movie. What else do you need to say, really? I mean, so next week we're celebrating 40 years of Remo Williams, or as it's known in the UK, which is a much better title, Remo Unarmed and Dangerous, which is a far cooler title. Because I thought The Adventure Begins was like such a kind of cheesy title. But anyway,
The Adventure ends too. But anyway.
Oh no! It begins / ends.
The Adventure Begins, the finale. So it's totally fine.
So we're going to when am I going to have time to watch that beforehand? Oh, I'll find it. No, maybe we'll do it tonight. Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you next week for Remo Williams. And remember, if you are watching, you are the Action Elite.